Good morning. Pulled into the scale, weighed myself, first load with this truck. I was just under 16,000 on the drives, so I could have loaded more on the drives, but I didn't know, right? I had to guess the gauges. Yesterday I left fairly early. I started getting ready at home at 2 p.m. But before, let's address the crack in the windshield. It was the best placement of the camera, minus the crack. So I placed it there anyway, because it was just the best place to put the camera. I've mounted it there fairly permanently with a GoPro mount. It's a good place to mount. I like it better than where I had on the International. International, I had it too close in front of me. Now it's kind of beside me. It disrupts the line of vision a lot less. I have nowhere to mount my phone though, so I might get one of the vent mounts, because there's no smooth surface that a suction cup will suck onto, so I got to figure that out. But yeah, I returned that old trailer to Salmo. They know that the toolbox failed on him. I lost straps last week, so what I did is I bungeed the toolbox closed with, there's 4 bungees around it, sending a clear message to whoever gets that next trailer. If the shop didn't fix it, at least the truck driver, whoever gets it next, will go, bungees here, wonder what's going on here. I picked up my set of trailers. It looks like they fixed the ABS problem on the lead trailer, which means I have to get a retorque on the, they pulled all the tires on the rear 2 axles, so there's four retorques that need to be done. And I see they also replaced one of my tire max lights. I didn't realize it was out. The only time that light comes on is when a tire is low on pressure. I should have my 4-way flashers on, shouldn't I? pretty empty, but if someone comes up behind me, it'd be good to have the four-way flashers on. So I went over the Bombi, which is between Castlegar and Salmo last night. And it was just raining on top. There wasn't any snow, so I'm like, cool. Just hammer on over. Switched everything over in Salmo. It took me an hour and a half to switch everything over to my trailers, check everything over. And then I'm like, well, it's only dropped 2 degrees in Celsius since I got here. I'm gonna go over the Bombi again. Man, that was almost a mistake. As I got near the top, all of a sudden I was just slipping and sliding away, spinning tires, just doing everything I could. I had everything locked up and just spinning away. Last 300 meters or so were just painfully slow, just slowing down. I'm like, come on, I can see the brake check right here, and that's at the crest of the summit. It's like, you can do it. Luckily I made it up there without losing all my momentum. I kept downshifting 1 gear at a time as I was losing more and more momentum, so hopefully, it's a little later in the day, it's 4 degrees down here. Hopefully the pulse isn't slippery on the top. The snow we were supposed to get last night was all rain. I'll much rather take the rain than the snow right now. Yeah, it seems to pull up a little bit slower than my truck did, but not much. Like, it's barely enough to make a difference. It just feels just slightly slower. So as far as power climbing, I think I've said this before, this pack car is not bad. It's downhill where I'm gonna have to start. Maybe I'll start 2 gears lower than I normally do in my truck and just see how it holds. I'm not super heavy. My steers are at 5,290. My drives are at 15,720. My bridge is 22,780, and my pup is 16,230. So it's a fairly well balanced load. If I had known my weights better, I would have gotten more of the weight moved onto my drives, knowing that this pass might have a slippery top to it. So I'm headed to Surrey. Four-way flashes are in a different location. Oh, I don't need to turn the four-way flashers off on this thing. If I turn the signal light, it automatically does. Nice. Truck with no lights. That's something we don't see very often anymore in Canada. It is technically illegal not to have headlights on in Canada, but not really enforced. So I like the truck. The seat is not as comfortable. I'm not a huge fan of the seat. It's not the most comfortable seat in the world. The International definitely has a better stock seat. If I were staying in this truck for a longer term, I would ask to have the seat changed. The one that I like is about $1,600. I'll pay for the thing myself if I have to, but I honestly like the way the shifting and the layout of the Kenworth, I think, better. The interior, I like it better. Downside is this thing's only got the one bed, so Jess couldn't come with me. So like I said, as soon as she's allowed to come with me again, once this coronavirus thing passes by, ramps down, and we can all travel freely again, I'm gonna push hard to get one of two bunks again. My biggest complaint about this is the Packard engine versus the Cummins. The Cummins engine brakes are just so much better. That's really the biggest deal breaker about this truck. Well, the bunk is a deal breaker, and the seat is a deal. Yeah, because there's maybe 3 deal breakers. Mirrors are also a lot smaller. Not a fan of that as far as the height of the mirrors. I like that the international mirrors were taller. See more out of my mirror. I should have forward flashes on again, shouldn't I? Slowed right down. So I got an interesting load. It's got a bunch of short bundles, like 6-foot bundles. Way overstrapped the thing, but I prefer 2 straps on every bundle if possible, and on this load it was possible, so I've got enough winches to do that, so why not? I think most guys would have put 2 straps on the front bundle and 1 strap on all the rest. I put 2 straps on each. I just always think 1 strap allows the bundle to twist left and right a bit, right? So that's why I like the 2 straps at least. So yeah, way overstrapped. I'll maybe show you the load once we get to, brake check somewhere. I see snow in this. I see snow. +3. We are far from the top and it's snowing. That's more like slushing. And don't worry guys, the crack in the windshield's not going to last more than 3 or 4 weeks. You'll have to deal with it for a little while. The truck has to go in for safety by the end of the month. So there's no way it's passing safety with that cracked windshield. Definitely getting thicker on snow. The rain is getting chunkier and chunkier. getting awfully white looking. So far it's slushy. They'll have a long way to go to the top. Wondering if the chain-up lights are going to be on. I need to get the plows out on this right away. Still kind of see the lines. Not by much. Definitely working a lot harder in this slush, that's for sure. No slipping wheels at all yet. Behind me I'm leaving black trails, so I'm still pushing all the snow off the road. Make it over the Paulson without chaining up, all the rest should be good. Manning Park might be like this too, but I think it's slightly lower, right? I think the elevation's lower in Manning Park, so we might be okay there. West we get, the more traffic there is too, so well, with coronavirus there might not be more traffic that way. Not much traffic at all these days. Even the semis have slowed down. There's a lot less big rigs over here too. Weighed myself, might be repeating myself, weighed myself empty last night, and the big rig is pretty close to 1,000 kilograms lighter than my International. Of course, I do have half the food, half the water, and half the people in here, but all of that though isn't 1,000 kilograms. That's maybe 100, 150 kilograms difference. So Oh, this truck is a lot lighter than my International. The trailers are lighter. So I can carry I haven't done the exact math, probably 1,500, 2,000 kilograms more with this truck and this trailer than with the International truck and that other old set of trailers I was hauling a couple of days last week. That's a lot of freight in the back. A lot of extra money. This truck can make more money. Got the heat blasting onto the windshield, so I gotta open my windows. It gets too hot in here because it's that sticky snow that sticks onto the windshield wipers, and then you're in trouble, so you gotta keep the windshield warm. My window open, I'm like, oh, I don't know the aerodynamics of this truck, so it seems to be melting more up here. That's a good sign. Flashes are a lot quieter in this truck. I like it. Everybody's cut across the line. I'm going to go at the right place. I always appreciate when big rigs draw the right lines. If it keeps snowing, if I draw the right lines and everybody follows me, we'll keep the lanes more in the right position. Unless it gets too slushy, and I'll be killing the fuel economy by drawing the right lines. I'll draw the right lines. Stay in my lane. Not for me, just for everybody else following me the rest of the day, or at least until the first snowplow comes along. Beautiful winter wonderland. I love it. flashing red. Really gathering on those trees, absolutely beautiful. I always like it when the snow sticks on the trees like that. I noticed some of you guys were asking about my windshield, why I had a crack in it. And that was with my last truck. So this truck has a crack as well. It happens to every truck. Here in BC, our mountains we climb, like these steep ones right now that I'm climbing, they always spread gravel out on the road to provide traction so we can make it over the mountains, which we need. We need that traction. But the downside to that traction is rocks go flying. And those rocks end up in the windshields, breaking the windshields on a regular basis. So I have yet to have a truck that doesn't get a new windshield every spring after we're done with the snow here. So end of April it'll get a new windshield, and then sometimes get a new windshield in fall too. Because it doesn't guarantee there won't be any rocks left, but there's a lot less rocks in the summer, so. But in the winter, this is my third winter, and all 3 winters, every truck I've been in has a cracked windshield. Grip here, I like it. +2 degrees. I think we'll be fine going over top without chains. I don't even think we'll spin the tires. Be a wiper setting between those two. We're almost to the top now. Normally I'd be doing speed limit on this, but keeping it a bit slower, even though I still have lots of traction. Keep it a bit slower. Even though I have lots of traction, the slush could still yank me left and right, right? So looks like the tracks in front of me are fairly fresh, so I might be catching up to someone. My engine brake's on too. I think I I should down those to the first stage, and then if it gets slippery or a little more snow, I'll have to turn them off. People passing. I guess they pulled onto the shoulder. This is just 2 lanes here, so lights are not on for chain up, so we will continue on the way. Oh, looks like they're plowing this section. This here is 3 lanes, 2 lanes up and 1 down, but they haven't plowed the slow lane, so I'm going to stay in the fast lane here. I've got a manual shifting. Steep section here, not even a hint of slipping yet. I was slipping a little bit there. Yep, starting to slip a bit. Got everything locked up before it started slipping. Sorry, could you repeat that?
If you can stay out of that windrow just a little to your left, I'd appreciate it.
10-4. I'm slipping here. I might spin out. And I believe I'm spun out. Well, it's still moving, it just couldn't shift. Yeah, I'm pretty much down to a stop here, guys, so watch out coming up the hill around those 80-kilometer corners. Guys, I think I'm gonna jump out and throw a set of chains on. So I didn't have to actually chain up. We are now continuing on 3 westbound, just past Midway, headed to Rock Creek. So yeah, I jumped out of the truck, and that snowplow that came head on had turned around and was doing the, we were in the fast lane, the passing lane, and the slow lane hadn't been plowed yet. He was plowing the the slow lane, and he just came right up to me and spread a bunch of gravel, and I had traction after that right away, and started picking up gears and climbed the rest of the way, no problem, no chain up. All I needed was that little bit of gravel. And down here it's a beautiful day. Looks like the roads are a little bit wet. They're drying out, so they got some rain, but gorgeous this way, so I'm pretty optimistic that... Hey Robin? Robin? Robin couldn't make up their mind. I'm pretty optimistic that Manning Park will be fine, and I'll just roll right on through there. I'm going to attempt something today that I haven't done before. Pull into the parking lot at the home hardware store in the new one in Oliver. If the parking lot's not too busy, I'm going to try parking in there and see if I can go get some supplies. I'm all the way caught up with my podcast, No Dumb Questions. I think I might re-listen to Ender's Game. And then I might also listen to Player Ready 1. And then just for just one credit, got all the Narnia books in one, so like over 33 hours of audiobook for one credit. Don't buy all the Narnia books separately on audible.com. For one credit you can get the whole thing. I've never read those books before, so I've seen the first movie, maybe the second movie. So I'm like, I don't mind listening through those. Jess says she loved them when she read them when she was younger, so why not? Chunks of snow are still falling off the trailer. He said he had been he's loading in OK Falls today, and the second he pulled into the yard to load, it started pouring rain, so he had to strap everything down, tarp it, all that fun stuff. And then when he was done, got in his truck, the downpour just stopped and the sun came out. It was a beautiful day. He just goes, everything is wet. MTI truck. Welcome to Rock Creek. Nice little community. Plus 9 degrees. It's just a beautiful day. Snowstorm? What snowstorm? Pull out and go for a walk. What time is it? 12 o'clock? not too eager to pull over in towns. I think I'll pull over at the top of the climb. The less exposure I have to people right now, the less chance of getting and spreading the coronavirus. Yeah, public restrooms, high risk. Fuel stations, high risk. Grocery stores, high risk. Everybody's touching those same keypads. Cancel our vacation yet, but I feel like we will be. This hairpin coming up over here. That's where I did that U-turn when I went the wrong way a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me. Beautiful climb. Some good scenic outlooks. Lookouts? Scenic lookouts. So yeah, I organized some stuff last night. There's other stuff that I can't organize until I get home and make some changes to my plywood board. Can't fasten down the toaster oven the way I want. I put the printer where the microwave is supposed to go, and I put the toaster oven where the TV is supposed to go. off Highway 3. It's always a beautiful drive. And we drive it a lot, but still always beautiful. And the weather changes so much too. Bunkie was no problem last night. In fact, I accidentally must have tapped the reverse load lights. They were on all night long because in the morning I woke up, looked in the mirror, I'm like, why is everything so bright back there? It's like, oh, left the lights on all night. So left the lights on all night, ran the fridge, and ran the bunk heat, although it wasn't cold outside, right? It's just right around 0 degrees, so. So at least all that stuff's working. That's not as much of a nightmare, but it does have that cracked windshield, and it does have a slight vibration in the steers. Not as much as the International did, but this is how the International started, so if it gets worse, I'm gonna have to get them to balance the tires. Basically, if it gets to where it gets to, if it gets anywhere near as bad as the International, I'm gonna have to get that fixed. With the International, knowing I was going to get rid of the truck anyway, I can live with it a little bit, but and this truck is just a very, very minor vibration, a lot less than the International, so for now we'll keep trucking. If it gets worse, definitely get those tires balanced. So that hairpin that we went through a little bit back to that 30-kilometer one, I've seen trucks roll over on that corner. I don't understand how. When we're as heavy as we are, I guess if you stayed in your throttle all the way around the corner, you would gain some speed going around that corner and could possibly flip it at the exit if you hadn't secured your load and it all of a sudden shifted a little bit. Yeah, I think you'd have to go too fast and have a load shift on you to roll over there. So you have to fail on two levels. Not tighten your load down tight enough, or and go around the corner too fast. And this is another corner here that I've seen trucks roll on. Not this one, but the left-hand corner. And in full throttle here, I can't even do the speed limit, so I guess if they've got more horsepower, well, I do have to let off the throttle here a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. But it'd be so hard to roll a truck in that corner. And yet somehow people manage. much. Well, it started snowing again a bit. We are at the Sunday Summit brake check. That's what my load looks like. You notice the front trailer has a bunch of small bundles, only 6 feet long, and I've thrown 2 straps on each of those. Even that top bundle is only 10 feet. Only need 2 straps, but this is my T680 Kenworth I'll be driving for the next while anyway. Take my shoes off. So I haven't organized much in here yet. I gotta figure out all this junk. Up here I've put some paperwork. Some of my stuff I use on a regular basis up here. This is more paperwork. I gotta figure that out. Okay, apparently has to be slammed. I haven't filled any of those drawers down there yet. I haven't organized honestly anything yet. Got my pillow, body pillow. Had to go into a Walmart and find a body pillow, so I took the most horrendous one I could find. I like the idea of a shelving unit in here, but I'm thinking, because it's too tall, right? We can use a top shelf, but we can get 3 shelves in here. I'm thinking of maybe buying some Rubbermaid totes. Put like 3 totes in here. I'm just gonna have to measure each storage area, measure everything out. Throwing food in here, just literally throwing it in. And measure out the spaces I have. Got the printer up here, toaster oven down here, and same with the drawers. They're deep drawers. If I put some small totes in here, I could make better use of it than just throwing, like they're deep enough to throw a hard hat in there. In fact, let's throw that hard hat in there for now. So I'm just thinking maybe I'll measure the stuff out on Friday and then get some totes. Like here we got the freezer. I got some chicken fingers, some beef, some pre-made bistro thingy bobs. Yeah, I think once I've gotten some totes, like up here I've thrown some of my rain gear and stuff. Got laundry up there. If I got some totes, I think it'd be easy to organize this thing. So grab my measuring tape, which is up here somewhere. There. Measure everything out. And see what I can find. A local hardware store or Walmart or whatever. Okay, let's plug everything in. Oop, that's not. Apparently, my GoPro mount isn't sticking very well. I cleaned the surface nicely, it's just not a very smooth surface to stick to. Why are you counting down? There, I must have pulled the cord for the dash cam. Okay, take my safety vest off. I'm gonna grab some cookies. You know what? Better than cookies? Chocolate covered almonds. That'll be a good snack. Chocolate covered almonds are a little more filling. I get the sweets and a little healthier of a snack. Okay. Let's see how this snow goes. Head down the hill from Sunday Summit down into Manning Park. Okay, normally I'd come down this in 14th, 15th gear. Okay, let's try 13th. See how that goes. Too fast or too slow? Should be a gear that I can slow down or speed up in. Going down. I guess I can close my windows for now. None of the snow is sticking to the window. Turn the heat down a bit. So headed down here, I like to be in a gear that I can control my speed solely using the 3 different engine brake settings. Turn the fan off for now. I guess 4 settings. I got the 3 engine speed brakes. Hey, that's a Zutco with only a front trailer and stuff on it. Turn the radio up just in case he wants to chat, but most of the guys run with their radio off, which I don't understand, but so yeah, I got 3 engine brake settings, and then the fan. The fan steals quite a bit of horsepower, so it slows you down turning the fan on. Something you don't think as a four-wheeler, as a car pickup, you never think about your fan, which is automatically controlled. We can manually turn it on in these things. Settings back and forth. Well, I guess there's 3 settings plus off, so it's really 5 settings I can play with without touching my brakes. Just by turning engine brakes all the way on and fan on. Okay, got us down to 43 or so, and then I use a brake, because that corner you want to hit dead on 40. You don't want to be 2 or 3 over. Turn it all off again. Now I got fan off, engine brakes off all the way. Okay, engine brakes on level 1, 2, 3. Back to 2. Alright, fan on, manual transmission. Grab 2 gears. Actually, I'm going to go down to 10th gear with this truck. So this is a 9% downgrade. Let's apply light brakes. Glad I went to 10th instead of 11th, because it's barely holding it, not even quite holding it. I gotta just drag the brake a little bit here and there. No brakes right now. that's literally for a second or two. Just barely touching it, just dragging just a little bit. Yep, I'm thinking 9% downgrade is going to have to be 10th gear with this truck. If it's a long descent, I'd even go 9th gear, so I don't have to use brakes. This is a short descent, so... Fan back off. Engine brake setting down back to 2. 1. Upshift. Engine brake off. Some of you guys asked how long I was. With the two trailers and the truck together. Oh, I haven't measured this truck and trailer. It's going to be a little bit shorter, but I'm 25.6 meters long. The fifth wheels moved a little bit, so probably 25.2 meters, give or take. So probably about half a meter further forward the trailer is on the truck. So I think I'm a little bit shorter than that on it with this truck. I will have to measure. Engine brakes back on full. And engine brakes off and full throttle. Some 60-kilometer corners here. Which I don't have to slow down for the first one here because the uphill gets you down to 60. You just have to make sure you don't speed up after the hill to go down this. Engine brakes on full. A little bit of brake. Downshift. And back upshifting and full throttle. Engine brakes off. Engine brakes automatically turn off the second I touch the throttle. They only turn on when I let go of the throttle. That's why it's dangerous leaving them on slippery roads. Because it's like, yes, I need engine brakes, and all of a sudden you're driving down the road, it's beautiful, you leave your engine brakes on, all of a sudden the wet roads turn to black ice. Oh, you slide a little bit, you take the foot off the throttle, and if you had your engine brake set to full, guess what? You're now in full brake engine brakes. And now you're going to hold on for dear life and try not to jackknife. Don't forget your engine brakes. have to worry with the speed limit here. Just go as fast as you can. At least when you're doing hauling a Super B. As I found on the weekend, Australians call it double B. That's it for uphill until we get past the Manning Park Resort area. I mean, the whole way driving down this Milkameen Valley is slightly uphill, but leave the engine brakes on full for now. That way I can slow down for these upcoming corners. So I know the roads are not slippery right now. So all I have to do is take my foot off the throttle and it's like I'm hitting the brakes. These 60-kilometer corners, get to 4-lane and the guys behind us can get going. Trucks get sleepy here every now and then and they lay down on the side of the road and that lean against those power line poles and just take a break. Van is deciding to pass us, and it looks like the other Super B has decided to pass us as well. Old school truck, Peterbilt. Those low flat sleepers. Are definitely messy. Got to add a little washer fluid in here and there just to wash it off because the roads are so muddy that they want to just smear the windshield. The white windshield wipers just smear the muck. decided not to stop at the Home Hardware because Jess said the roads over here were getting worse because the snow was coming down. It's like, well, you know what? I'd rather go over this pass when the weather is warmer than when it gets cold and freezes over. So we'll worry about the shopping list for another day. Windshield wipers too, they're pretty streaky. I don't know if that shows up in the video or not, but to me they're pretty streaky. Behind us, let's avoid some of those bumps. Probably this side just feels smoother. Well, it's got some big holes as well, but the ride's smoother. We'll keep watching our mirrors. Another question someone asked is, what lane do you travel in? It's like, we travel in the best lane. If there's not much traffic, we will travel in the best lane we can find. It's kind of hot. Go both lanes here. Wherever there's less potholes, whichever lane is safest. But it's really, really important to keep looking in the mirror, knowing what's behind you if you're going to be swapping lanes. Well, always look in the mirrors, know what's behind you. It's not often that a car will surprise me. It'll be moving pretty quick to surprise me. Yeah, I can see this overnight is going to get very slippery. It's only +1 here. When it freezes up, it's going to get nasty. We still have a little bit to climb, so there's a chance that we're going to get into the slippery stuff, but I don't think so. Looks like they've done a good job of plowing and sanding, and I think we'll be good. But the guys running later on, they're going to be in trouble. The camera's starting to fall over. That GoPro mount didn't work at all. It's not sticking down. Not staying on that surface. You guys are slowly tipping over. The whole truck has got surfaces like that, so I'm not sure how to secure you guys. I like the position it's at right now. the camera. Don't see any obvious options. Think about this, because if the mount doesn't want to stick, it's like the truck has not a single smooth surface other than the gauge cluster and the navigation screen, GPS / radio / well, all that stuff. GoPro mounts are sticky as heck. Very, very sticky. I mean, but be forced to buy like a suction cup one and suction cup it to the window. Those are not cheap either. Park is definitely beautiful today, though. Well, when is Manning Park not beautiful? If you guys ever drive through here, make sure you stop at Lightning Lake or at the viewpoint. Both beautiful places to visit. Go kayaking on the lake. Gorgeous. Snow is starting to stick in the center, so Lightning Lake turn off in 2 kilometers. So if you want to go to Lightning Lake, you make a left-hand turn. If you want to go to the lookout, you want to make a right-hand turn. Doesn't feel like we're going uphill, or doesn't look like we're going uphill anyway, but we are definitely climbing. resort. And the viewpoint road is buried in the snow over here on the right hand side. I drive up there in the summer, just beautiful up top. Some nice hiking trails, definitely worth it. Alright, gone all the way from Sunday Summit to Allison Summit. Well, at least we will in a couple of seconds. Spreading sand, well, gravel. Yeah, sand blows off way too easy. Doesn't stick on the road, so they have to go bigger grades, so it's very fine gravel. Alright, from here it's all the way downhill, all the way to the beach. We're headed to Surrey. There's small uphills, but for the most part it's all downhill. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh boy. Talking about trucks going for naps. It looks like the side box split open too, so that's not good.